Up until recently I was aware of Endgame Gear, but I never got into really testing their products. But at the end of 2024, there were still a lot of mice I haven't tried and wanted to try, and this is one of them. Yes, a wired OP1 8K, so let's take a look at it. It comes nicely packed like this, so the cable isn't bent so much, but I'll get to it later. Then we have these grips, larger spare skates, and a mini screwdriver. Remember this one. It's all in multiple colors, but mine is a limited, transparent purplefrost one. Color and design-wise, this is currently my most favorite mouse. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, there's a price you've gotta pay for those looks, but again, about this a bit later. Now, let's focus on the most controversial part, and that's the cable. Yes, in 2025 I'm shooting a review of a wired mouse, but not only that, I also think that this wired mouse is absolutely incredible. Even though it was released early in 2024, I only got my hands on it not so long ago and I can't stop using it. Of course, I'm using a bungee, so the cable is exactly where and how I want it to be, but the cable itself is very light, flexible, and doesn't interfere in any way because the upwards curve helps a lot. It doesn't touch the mousepad as close to the mouse, so I can't feel any unwanted drag. You might be thinking that this is an absolute cope and the mouse shouldn't have a wire in 2025, but this mouse uses the wire so efficiently for a stable 8K Hz polling rate and one of, if not the best click latencies on a mouse. I don't really need to talk about how stable the 8K polling is on a mouse with a wire, but there's also no battery to worry about while using full 8K. Add the insanely low click latency with their KLGX switches and you have this above all performance for only 80 euros. Yes, again, it's a wired mouse, but for 80 euros you won't buy anything else on this level. So let's talk shape and build quality. Shape-wise, it's a smaller and narrower mouse with well-placed hump towards the back. It means that fingertip players are gonna retain a lot of comfort. The same stands for claw grippers, but on the other hand, I wouldn't palm grip a shape like this. My hands are 19.5 by 11 centimeters and I regularly switched between claw and fingertip. I'ma be honest, I was a bit scared of the small and narrow body, but with how good the shape is, I've adopted instantly. So yeah, it's a smaller mouse, but it still retains a bit of weight, but in my opinion, it's okay and I've never felt the need for it to be lighter. But what about the build quality? Here, my opinion is split and I'll explain why. I've had two OP1 8Ks, black one and this purple one. Black one had excellent build quality and I had exactly zero issues with it. This purple one, on the other hand, isn't so flawless and it's gotta do with the transparent shell. What it means is that all issues I've experienced are exclusive to the purple one because I haven't encountered any of them on the black one. So let's sum it up. Left and right click are great. Excellent tensioning. I can comfortably say that there is almost no pre or post travel and no click wobble. The buttons are effortlessly spammable, light and mechanical. Everything I'd want of them, they delivered. Be careful though, because the black and white one have the slightly heavier GX switches, while the purple has the lighter ones. It's not much, but I prefer the lighter experience. Scroll wheel is slightly harder to press and a bit deeper in the shell, so with some grip types it could present an issue, but scrolling itself was good, not too stiff, not too light, and steps are well defined. Unfortunately, my purple copy has this annoying sound when scrolling fast, and I haven't had this issue with the black. Side buttons are awesome, very clicky and responsive, require just enough force to actuate. But what about the transparent shell itself? Unfortunately, it takes its toll and it's not as sturdy as the black. Not that I would feel it while using, but if I pick it up and squeeze it around the sides, you can hear it. I'll follow it up with the OP1 having removable switches. It's not the classic hot swap socket, where you just pull it out and click it in, but they offer separate PCB with the mentioned hot swap or different pre-soldered switches. That's exactly what the screwdriver is for. You open it up, change what you want and close it up. To be honest, I haven't gathered enough courage to open it up because I've heard some wild stories with the transparent shells cracking when opening them, and I really don't want to deal with that. However, I'll show you how it looks with other people's shots. And the last part, the bottom. Here's a space for both smaller and larger skates, with the larger also having screw holes, so you can take it apart even then. Glide is good, it worked well on multiple surfaces, and if you wanted something better, you can buy 100% PTFE skates directly from EGG. There are also grips, but I've never felt the need to use them, as OP1's coating is one of the best on the market. Having either dry or more moist hands felt great, and I've never felt like it was slipping out of them. However, it comes with its negative too, and it's that it really attracts fingerprints, so if you don't like seeing them, don't get the black one. And what about the so much praised performance? You have this very light software where you can set everything up as you wish, but don't forget to turn on the GX speed mode. GX speed mode is what makes the click latency so extremely low, but if you're using something else than KL GX switches, turn it off because it won't work. And how was the use experience of a wired mouse in 2025? Absolutely awesome and problem-free. As I've said before, cable fit into the bungee, I've set the 8K polling, turn on the GX speed mode and never looked back. In my case, the OP1 8K became one of my favorite mice and stays in my mouse rotation even after filming this video. In the time I've been using the OP1, I managed to get a few Kovacs high scores, and playing CS or Valorant, I felt insanely locked in. There are a few games that don't support 8K, but you can open the software in a second, change it, and continue what you are doing. Doesn't have to be running in the background. Cable was also never an issue, and it never will be if you set the length in the bungee right. OP1 8K is for me one of the best mice of 2024, and even starting 2025 I still think that it's 10 out of 10 worth it. For 80 rows, this is a deal of a lifetime, and if you're not a fan of QC problems, just pick the black or white version. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Here is another one, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye!